And Forrest Przbysz coming off of a loss as well against Daniel Lewis of Missouri. So again, another pairing that's going to be looking for someone to be able to take the upper hand after having come off the loss.
Absolutely. Bryce Martin coming off a string of 4 straight losses against Big Ten opponents in Michigan State, Ohio State, Iowa, and Rutgers, 3 of whom were ranked at the time of matchup. So it'll be really interesting not only for Bryce Martin to look to offset that 3-point defeat that the Hoosiers suffered in the 157-pound matchup, but also going forward, not only for himself to improve upon his 16-15 overall record from this season.
By following the team on Twitter, username IUWrestling1, or by liking the Indiana University Wrestling Facebook page.
We've got Forrest Przbysz there, last season's Southern Conference runner-up, looking to improve this season, and a big win here in the NWCA Division I Championship Dual Series would be a very, very big win looking ahead to the Southern Conference tournament and also the national championships in Madison Square Garden. Both wrestlers have long arms, so they're using them to pull better moves, just like that one that we see by Przbysz. But very good technique being shown not only by Bryce Martin, but also by Forrest Przbysz. And they are called for out of bounds, and we will reset with just about a minute left in this first period. And there's Bryce Martin shooting for the single leg pull on Przbysz, but Przbysz playing defense and fending off those advances pretty successfully so far. There's Bryce Martin playing a little bit of defense of his own. Neutral position. 2 wrestlers trying to gain the upper hand on one another. These 2 wrestlers are smart, though. They know that there are 2 more periods to go in this matchup alone. So not only to not expend all of their energy, but also to make some good, smart moves going forward.
The second period defers.
And Bryce Martin will defer, allowing Przbysz to choose the bottom in this second period.
Looking back at their records, Bryce Martin right now, his overall record is 16-15, but his dual record is 3-7, whereas we've got Przbysz here, whose record is 18-9 overall and 10-5 in duels. So we've got a decided difference in terms of how their duels have been going, but other than that, I mean, watching them right now, they're pretty evenly matched between each other, having never wrestled against each other.
Absolutely, and that may be a result of them not being in their natural habitats, it seems. We've got Przbysz, a sophomore from Jefferson, Georgia, as an Appalachian State Mountaineer, but also now wrestling in Bloomington, Indiana, while we've got Bryce Martin, with the takedown, first 2 points for Bryce Martin. But as I was saying, he comes from Bakersfield, California, so wrestling here at Indiana has not only been a bit of a dream come true for him, but also a way for him to get some exposure that he might not have originally had on the West Coast.
And that took him out of bounds.
Absolutely. So we'll reset.
Look at that takedown, though.
Absolutely. It looks a little bit better in slow-mo, but nothing can be said to discount the actual immense athletic talent that is on the mat right now and will be all day. We've got Przbysz trying to mount his escape.
1 point escape.
And he gets it. There we go,
The
1
NWCA
point.
would like to thank Spark Race for their support of the 2016 NWCA.
Bryce Martin looking
Divisional
for
National
an
Juniors
opportunity to
Championship
grapple,
Series.
but it's not working
Spark Race
as Przbysz is playing much stouter defense after that takedown. You got to think that maybe he's a little hurt after that forceful drop to the ground by the hands of Bryce Martin.
Well, definitely, if nothing else, he just wants to go ahead and keep up that upper hand. And like I said, lost the last meet against Daniel Lewis from Missouri, but currently they are all tied up, so we'll see where it goes from there.
Absolutely, and no decided difference here in riding time so far. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of advantages they'll be able to take here in 20 seconds left in this period, but also in the 2 minutes of the third period coming up next. And that is a 2-point takedown for Przbysz here late in the second period. But Bryce Martin with the escape right there. So this will actually be a very interesting match going into the third period as we have Przbysz with a 4-3 lead over Bryce Martin.
Checking out to see if Martin might be able to take that lead and bring some points to the IU Hoosiers. Currently sitting at 0 versus App State's 3 from the first match we had.
And there's Bryce Martin with an early single leg grab, but it amounts to almost nothing as just a bit of a tangle now with Przbysz on the defensive. And so we'll stop it there with a reset coming, but you can definitely see not only the excitement from the fans, but also from these teammates. We just had Nate Jackson, who's preparing for his match at the moment, but he also just stepped in and, you know, tried to give Bryce Martin a little bit of advice, even though he's in the middle of his own match. So it really just speaks to how unified and working together this Indiana Hoosiers team is.
That's right, the redshirt junior, Nate Jackson, is ranked number 11. He'll be coming up next against Nick Key, sophomore from Appalachian State. Looking at their records, they're actually pretty evenly matched with Nate Jackson, 26 wins and 5 losses. Nick Key, 24 and 5 losses. We'll see how that goes for them.
Absolutely. We've got Bryce Martin still trying to mount a little bit of a comeback for his team so they don't slip into a 6-0 deficit here after the first 2 matchups. But Bryce Martin, as a redshirt freshman, this is definitely a good opportunity for him. Not only looking ahead to his next couple of years as a Hoosier, but also just for the rest of this season alone. This is a really good measuring stick test against not only a good wrestler in Forrest Przbysz, but also for him and this Hoosier squad looking ahead to the Big Ten Championships. And 2-point takedown right there by Bryce Martin, as we were saying that this is a really, really big moment for him and this Hoosier squad. And he almost mounts the pin there. As time winds down, Bryce Martin has just taken a 5-4 lead here in the third period.
Will he keep it?
And he does, and the Hoosier fans are on their feet. Everyone in this arena is super excited.